yes, the logistics, yes, the action, but also the creativity behind that, slowing down to get creative, to get intentional, and pausing at the end of your day to celebrate your wins, to reflect on how your week has been. That's also bringing in that feminine energy and that moment to kind of pause and celebrate all that you've achieved. Today, I'm going to explain why your to-do list, your integration of tasks, goals, everything that you set for your day, why your to-do list, so to speak, needs two energies in the way that you integrate it rather than more tasks added to it or more approaches. Just try this one simple approach. We're going to go through it today. And this is, of course, going to be about pairing the masculine with the feminine when it comes to our ways of approaching goals, achieving goals through tasks and task setting. So we're going to talk about how to implement masculine and feminine energy into task setting. And that's really the only approach you need. So before we get settled in, grab yourself a brew, a comfy position. For me, it's a carrot and apple cold pressed juice that I made yesterday. I'm praying to the Lord that I don't spill this on my white shirt because let's face it, I'm not so great at getting stains out. But anyway, let's get into it. So your to-do lists, they need two energies when you approach them rather than more tasks, more tools, more things to do. And when you think about the masculine and feminine, the two energies, and how that plays out in the world around us, how it can be symbolized throughout the world, symbolized through nature, it makes sense that we integrate it into our day-to-day tasks as well. If that's something that really resonates for you and you feel more aligned, more balanced, more grounded when you integrate masculine and feminine energies within your world, then integrating these two energies into your tasks is going to be the next game changer for you. We can think of the masculine and feminine energy as the masculine being the structure, the logistics of what's going to happen, and then the action taken to make those goals, those tasks happen. And then we can think of the feminine as the creativity, the planning, the dreaming up, the rewarding and celebrating afterwards. It's the softening and nurturing that comes in alongside the logistics. And so this may be where you've gotten it wrong, is approaching tasks just within the masculine energy, just like, this is the logistics, this is what I need to do. Okay, done, tick it off. But do we stop at the end of the day to celebrate those wins, to celebrate, wow, look all that I've achieved. Let's celebrate by doing something I really want to do. And so it's not going to be that I actually give you these two perfect things that you can do, these game-changing things that you can do. The game changer is actually the approach that you take with your tasks. And so think about task setting and task achieving as, yes, the logistics, yes, the action, but also the creativity behind that, slowing down to get creative, to get intentional with each task that you do throughout your day, and pausing at the end of your day to celebrate your wins, or at the end of your week, having a prompt or a couple journal prompts at the end of your week to reflect on how your week has been. That's also bringing in that feminine energy and that moment to kind of pause and celebrate all that you've achieved. I'm not here to give you exact tools or a precise method in terms of how frequent to have your days of reflection, those journal prompts. I'm not here to tell you what more tasks or approaches you should be taking. What I am saying is that there are two energies that you can be working with here. And yes, you could say it's an approach, but it's more like a way of being and starting to integrate that, embodying your masculine and feminine throughout your day-to-day, throughout your weeks and your months. When it comes to our task management and our task fulfillment, achieving our goals, we can really bring in these two energies and play with them and see how that affects our ability and actually the journey of achieving our goals. And so that's really all I'm here to say is, like, start playing around with how you do your tasks. Bring in some more creativity, some more intention, some more slowing down and pausing. What's the rush, right? Like, sure, you have a job, you get paid, but also it shouldn't be to the point where your body feels so rushed that you're on overdrive and your nervous system is in sympathetic state constantly. That's not a healthy job if you're feeling that much pressure that you have to continue to run. It's like that feeling of continuing to run throughout your day to day. We want to be able to pause, slow down, appreciate during our work breaks, and then keep going. And that really is bringing in that balance of the masculine and feminine. If we go too far into the masculine, we crash and burn and crash back to a really low point of the feminine, like burnout. And we feel dissociated, numb and tired and exhausted. And then that's like that vicious cycle. If we find more of a balance where we like, okay, here's the time where I bring in energy and logic and action, and here's where I slow down and appreciate and pause, we can bring that into our tasks and our task management as well. And that's really all I wanted to talk about. I found for me that applying this approach of just bringing in the two energies into my tasks, into my time management and my planning, especially when it came to my calendar, because I was very masculine with my calendar in the sense that my calendar was very binary. It had no rigid room and flexibility. And so that's another example of how you could bring in more feminine energy, more of that flexibility into the rigidity of something like a calendar. It doesn't have to be binary. And for me, that really was a game changer. And so I hope something in listening to this has inspired you to change the ways or play around with the ways in which you approach your day-to-day tasks and your weekly and monthly tasks. And if you do apply these two energies to your tasks and you feel a difference, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next episode of the Body and Brew series. Bye for now.